Hello and welcome to a Just Jason video. That's right, I didn't actually try to trick you into thinking it's anything else because honestly, I think that joke is a bit old. It's the first time in a while I've done a video in my room, which means you will notice that, first of all, I have a new chair, which is nice, and second of all, let's see, there, my finger is now in the correct position, that the painting is still crooked. That is all besides the point, though. The point is, I'm going to be proving to you that Kaiden, yes, Kaiden, who I've absolutely never made a video on, and who is completely irrelevant to everything I have ever done, but who did pay me so he gets a video, that Kaiden is actually Barack Obama. Now, obviously, that's a bit of a dubious claim to make, but believe me, I am going to back it up, because it is not a claim at all. It is what my research has driven me to believe is a fundamental truth of our life. So let's start with Kaiden's first and last name, that being Kaiden Plarr. That is Kaidenplarr. Kaiden's first name has 6 letters, the same amount of letters as Obama's first name, Barack. His last name has 5, same amount of letters as Obama's last name, Obama. Who knew Obama's last name is Obama? Together though, that is 11 letters in each name. So this does give us a very convenient jumping off point for us to get further in our theory. Now, of course, as we have just discussed, those are 2 first names. Both of them have the same amount of letters, but they are both 2 separate first names. So we take 11, the amount of letters in each full name, and multiply by 2, we get 22. And there are 2 last names as well as there are 2 first names. So we take that 22 that we got from multiplying 11 by 2, and we multiply that by 2. We got 22 times 2, that equals 44. The reason 44 is important is because Barack Obama was, of course, the 44th president of the United States. But honestly, there's more. I could stop right there because I believe that just this half of the theory is complete and definitive proof that Kaiden Plarr is Barack Obama. But I do understand that there are some thick-headed people out there, so I dug up more, and boy is what I dug up good. So let me guide you through my thought process here. After this point, I started looking at the middle names of Kaiden and Obama, and let's start with Kaiden's middle name. That middle name being Isaiah. So I type Isaiah into the wonderful capitalist invention that is Google, and of course I started looking at his Wikipedia article. So I started reading up about him. 8th century BC Jewish prophet for whom the book of Isaiah is named. So then I go over here and I see that he is venerated in the religion of Islam, but something which I found surprising, but I did indeed check with the historical dictionary of prophets in Islam and Judaism. He is there, which was very interesting to me, but that's besides the point. What I did next is I read through the article for Islam. Not all of it, of course, but the parts which I felt was relevant, and I eventually went up to Shia Islam. So I started reading up about that a bit. And of course, what I found was that one of the largest populations for Shia Islam is Iraq. That had me thinking a little bit. So Isaiah tied to Islam, and of course the type of Islam is Shia. Now I don't believe there's a link to Iraq on this Wikipedia page, so type that here. Of course, Iraq. Country in Western Asia, also known as the Middle East. What is also important is that the Middle East is also where Isaiah was from. Of course, not Iraq, but he was from the Kingdom of Judah, an early Jewish state. So that got me thinking. I started reading up about Iraqi history, and of course, inevitably, Iraqi history brought me to Saddam Hussein. So I started reading about him, but I didn't actually need to read that much to remember that Barack Obama's middle name is Hussein. So of course, at this point, I was absolutely convinced. There was no need to do more research, but of course, I did find something else. Once again, related to Barack Obama's name, not his middle one this time. So look up Saddam Hussein again, and you'll notice that Barack, or now we're on Saddam, but Saddam has 6 letters in it. That's Saddam Hussein's first name, of course, and Barack has 6 letters as well. So, you know the phrase, correlation is not causation, but past a certain point of correlation, there is no correct assumption to be made other than causation. So at this point, now that I've proven, that Kaiden is indeed Barack Obama, I'm just gonna say, make of that what you will. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.